Second. What's up, Magnetic Men Club? We're here with another live for you guys. I think it's our episode 17 today. So we appreciate you guys being along the journey with us as we try and figure out exactly what the format for this channel looks like and how we can best serve you guys. That's actually kind of what we're talking about today. We're going to get into our mission, why we started, why me and Jared kind of came together on this, and what we're trying to do with this for the future. And really, all of this comes down to just creating this engaged community with you guys, helping you guys get on your path and your purpose, and really just giving you what you need along the way. And so, like I said, show up and you guys ask your questions. We're going to be providing a lot more tools for you guys to do that. And obviously, with the new economy and stuff that we're moving into, we want to make sure that you guys have a well-rounded program that's going to help you get through every facet of that and what that brings your way too. But I'm Chase. Obviously, I'm here to help you guys with anything you need help with business, with anything you need help with marketing. I've been a marketer and entrepreneur for the last 10 years. And so I've started a lot of different companies, scaled a lot of different ways. And so definitely bring your questions to me if you want to know anything about making money online. And obviously, I'm here with my friend Jared.
Hey, guys. Jared Schoonmaker again. I've been self-employed since I left the military, so 22 years now, and my skill set's been kind of ranged. A lot of it still is, but a lot of it started in real estate, got into commercial banking, management. So the initial core of all of my companies centers around real estate. So we're definitely going to be talking a lot about that in this new community that we're generating, because as most of you know or don't know, there's going to be a huge market shift very soon. I would say within a year, where getting into real estate might be a good idea. There's going to be a lot of downturn. There's going to be a lot of inventory coming up. So this might be a good opportunity if you're looking for a side hustle, if you're looking to get into real estate. Chase and I are going to develop some courses on that to help you initially get into it. With that, I also have another company called Scalp International Hairlines, where I mostly help men, but I also help women who are suffering from all different forms of hair loss. And then recently, I have a lot of experience in franchising, as we have a franchise concept called iSmash that my partner Steve and my other partner Scott created, and we're starting to morph, and we've gotten about 6 franchisees already who are building out their locations. So between Chase and I on the business side, we have a ton of experience in business. And you might be wondering, well, how does this tie into Magnetic Men? Well, it's a good question, because during COVID, I got involved. Businesses were closed. We couldn't do much. And I started coaching a lot of people on just different aspects of life. A lot of it was life coaching. Some of it we call performance coaching. And then we had business coaching. And this is where Chase and I originally met, where we started helping businesses automate.
Right.
We started helping businesses. Maybe they had a crappy website or they had no SEO. They were just trying to figure out, how come I'm invisible? Well, I'd send him to Chase. He would, within seconds, I can tell you exactly why. So what Chase and I decided to do on this platform is tie it all together, because even in business, you have personal issues. All individuals, that's all it is. So when we're coaching different companies, they also tend to have personal issues that are helping or actually limiting them from growing.
Right.
And so now we're tying it all in to Magnetic Men Club. And again, our low-hanging fruit, of course, is men, but I have a lot of females I coach, a lot. So don't let the name kind of scare you, ladies. If you're looking and you're interested in all this, join our new community. Chase will be linked down below. But that's the whole kind of reason why we put this together. We kind of put our heads along with Chase's wife. She's brilliant on marketing and computer skills and all that. We decided to just put our heads together and create a really cool concept that people can learn from, people can get information from, but they also And if they choose down the road, they can actually start making money on doing that. And this is what today's kind of episode is going to be about, a little bit of this outline in this cool program that Chase will kind of fill you in on.
Exactly. And so that's the key thing here, is that like we kind of came together on this project almost a year and a half ago when we really started talking about it. We didn't really start doing a whole lot with it until just this last November. Mm-hmm. And you'll see at the end of November, we got videos going up, and we've had videos going up ever since. We've been doing these lives ever since, and we've just remained consistent and been here for you guys, making sure that we're trying to answer your questions and answer the different topics that you guys are discussing. Yeah. But the biggest thing for us is I believe in coaching through and through. I believe that you need a coach for guidance and direction. When I first got into entrepreneurship, I didn't have that. And I remember I struggled with a lot of things. I didn't really understand how to get leads and how to get clients and how to make offers and how to market that stuff out there, how to move people through a pipeline, that kind of stuff. It just was foreign to me. Right. And so I just thought I just need to go talk to more people. And that did lead to customers. It just didn't lead to a lot of consistent customers. And so I learned a lot over time by putting about $100,000 into coaching over the last couple of years, just to try and make sure I had those skills dialed in. And they really taught me a lot about being successful on YouTube. They taught me a lot about success across social media and how to post and how to leverage AI and all that stuff too. And so this is all skills that I want to bring to this community too. And so it's going to be more than just being a masculine man. And for me too, this program, it is Magnetic Men Club, but I feel like for men, it's really for men that want to become high value men. They really want to be on their path and purpose. That really want to drive themselves forward in a way that aligns with who they really want to be. Mm-hmm. And in addition to that, women who are looking for men like that, and women who really want to be the best women that they can be to get a man like that too. And so it's for both. It's really not just for men. It's really just creating the best men that we can through this community, so that everybody can live happy, fulfilling lives in happy and fulfilling relationships. Yeah. Because there's a lot of dysfunction out there, and there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of people that are out there just to take your money and not really provide you any real value. Right. And in addition to that, we have society saying this, we have movies and shows saying that, we have social media that's all over the place with this stuff too. Mm-hmm. And so what we're trying to do is really distill this information in a way that it makes sense for everybody, and in a way that everybody can take this stuff and really apply it to their lives and really get results from it. Right. But in addition to that, your business is a reflection of you. So if you decide to become an entrepreneur, if you decide to start a business, or even if you want to move up the ranks in your own company, that's stuff that we want to help you with too. Because obviously having a fulfilling career and having a fulfilling business that really serves your lifestyle is really important. When I started several different businesses, businesses just aren't well put together when you first get into them. Like when you first get into it, you go from having one job and one boss to you're working full time 24/7 and having 10 different bosses. And so it really kind of depends on the kind of income that you want to make, because there's lots of different ways to make money in business. Yeah. Jared has his experience in investing, obviously, in real estate, in his businesses, in his partnerships and that kind of stuff. But he also has a lot of experience when it comes to starting a local business and just being successful in a local community. Mm-hmm. And for me personally, too, I have a lot of experience making money online. I have a lot of experience selling marketing services, selling SaaS products, and actually starting e-commerce stores and getting print on demand and drop shipping set up and that kind of stuff, too. And then also just making passive income. Because if you don't want to have to do all the fulfillment, you don't want to have to do all the work, you don't want to have to find a bunch of employees to be in charge of to try and make sure that your business actually runs automatically. Because if you don't have that, you're working full time in your business. You never have any free time. If you leave the business dies. And so that's the thing, is there's a lot of really tough things that you run into when you're trying to make an online income. But I feel like there's going to be a major push to start making money online because of the way the economy and stuff is going right now. We have to pay attention to that. Obviously, the dollar is falling. Obviously, China's stepping up. Yeah. And there's a lot of things happening in the United States and the climate there. And with the government and everything, the way that things are going there too, investing's becoming more difficult. There's just so many things that are kind of in the way. And obviously investing is one way to make passive income where you don't actually have to do anything. You just invest the money and you just make money. Right. If you have the right investments, you have to be skilled at that. But in addition to that, you have a lot of other ways to make money from selling other people's products too. Right. And I call that affiliate marketing. And you can have referral programs, and you can go sign up for other people's referral programs and make money from that stuff too. So sales is the core of it all. And so we want to help you guys be better salesmen, if at all possible. And really selling yourself, selling your own personal brand, creating that personal brand, and really stepping into that is all going to be part of this new community. And so we really want to help you guys, obviously, overcome yourself. We want to help you overcome your mindset, overcome your thoughts, step into a better mindset, start conducting yourself better, and really get out of those codependent strategies and stuff like that too, that you probably have had beat into you your whole life. And so a lot of us, even men and women alike, it's not either one or the other. We all become codependent nice guys eventually, because that's just the way that the current climate shifts. And that's the way that the media is putting things out there. And that's the way that society tells us that we have to be. And so that's the biggest thing, is really just going against those societal norms and what society tells us that we have to be, and really just listening to ourselves and saying, no, this is my path and my purpose. This is who I want to be, and I'm going to stand up for this. I need to have my core values in place. I need to make sure that I'm the person that I want to be, and that I'm achieving what I want to achieve that aligns with me and my purpose. Because maybe you're in a relationship where you don't feel fulfilled. And maybe you have a lot of friends who maybe don't respect you as much as they should. And maybe you have a hard time with boundaries and setting those boundaries and keeping those people where they need to be in your life so that we all can be happy. Yeah. And so it really comes down to all of those things, and designing your best self out and becoming that best self, designing the best life out for yourself, and really becoming the person that you want to be. Because your business, if you decide to go that direction, is going to reflect you in a major way. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of nailed it. Number one, you are your own brand. Before anything else, it's Jared Schoonmaker, I'll call it. It's you, your own brand. And if you have a really shitty brand and you want to start a business, how many people are really going to really kind of look into it as you a viable business? So the first thing you want to do is upgrade yourself, level yourself up. And in that process, once you get those tools, once you kind of get the understanding of where your limitations are, then you can work on those limitations, but then you're in a better position. Once you've helped yourself, now you can help other people. See, a lot of people get into not even just business. We've all seen people that love to give advice and they have the crappiest life. And I don't listen to them. I'm not going to listen to a professor tell me how to run a business. Right. I think that person's a complete moron. True. Unless that professor sold off $100 million company, he just wants to be a professor. But a lot of us get our information from the traditional way. Go to school. Even learning a skill is great, but going to school, it's in this new economy, in this new economy, that's not going to get you very far. Everybody has degrees. So we need to level you up. And like Chase said, it's sales. Everybody's a salesman. Unless you work for the government, everybody's in sales. The government's the only company out there, if you want to even call them that take money.
Exactly.
They just take it from everybody. They don't produce anything. It's up to you to level yourself up to become the best person, i.e. the best salesman for your brand. And so, Chase, you had it right there. I mean, the internet is still, I would say, there's a lot of little companies out there and stuff, but there's people that make $200-300 on these little channels. But you got to remember, I used to think this until I met Chase, until I met Kim. I was thinking always local. Like, God, I got all this real estate, but I'm constantly fixing this or hiring this person. I'm constantly doing that. And then I met Chase and I met some other people that do drop shipping and all this, and they're living on their computer. I'm like, wait a minute, what? They actually,
same thing. Yeah.
So yeah, like all my other companies involve me. When I do scalp micropigmentation, it's me doing the procedure. Even the Eye Smash brand, there's employees. So I have kind of the older model of companies, and there's nothing wrong with that. But getting into this company with Chase and Kim and learning that, wow, you can tap into the internet with all of this new technology that's come second. and you guys can make some incredible money, even as a side hustle. So this is another thing that we want to kind of just provide to you guys. Hey, if you're struggling to make money, because I hear this a lot, there's a lot of different things you can do for very little money to get in.
Exactly.
It all starts with you. It all starts first with your mindset. It starts first with, again, I mainly coach men going through a divorce, bad breakup. That's not all I do, but that's kind of the people that reach out to me, or men who just aren't good at dating or just need advice about women. But I have a ton of experience in business. And then Chase has a ton of experience with Kim in automation. I'll give you a funny story. When we did this, we started this, I'm more the guy that'll just go, like, all right, let's do it. And then they're like, wait a minute, graphs and systems and this. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? But they have the right idea. You have to have the system in place first, and then you work the system. I was going backwards. I'm like, no, just put videos out there. Man, just go out and do this. Now that there's a system in place, it makes my job easier, and a lot of this can be automated. So this is what I'm learning too. Chase and Kim are one of my coaches for business.
Right.
So I learn from them just as much as they learn from me on maybe on the interpersonal dynamic side. So we want to just give you guys all of our information. We want to just lay it out there and say, hey, we can help you do this, this, or this. What is it that you need help with? And let's work together. So I'm excited about this community. I think this community is going to be awesome.
Exactly. And that's the thing too, is this community, you're going to grow with this community. That's why getting into it now is the best time to get into it. Because for one thing, it's going to be the cheapest it's ever going to be. The price is only going to go up the more we build into this, the more courses we get into there, the more people that get into there, the more engagement that we have, the more useful that this community becomes, which we're going to put a lot of time and effort into this, and it's going to become a useful community. It's just starting now. And so we obviously want to have a seed price available for you guys. We want to make sure that you guys are getting in there and getting the most value possible for the money. And so the price that you're going to be able to start at day one is going to be the best price you're ever going to get out of it. And it's never going to go up for you. It's going to stay that price for as long as you stay in the community. But in addition to that, the more and more that we add, all these new courses that we put into there, you're going to get all those courses. You're going to get all the updates. It's all just going to be there for you. And so that's the cool thing about starting right now. But in addition to that, like I said, we're going to be adding so many courses to this. Like, we're going to be talking a lot about getting on your path and your purpose and really identifying who you really want to be and how to start moving in that direction. And then obviously we have the coaching off the back end. So if you guys feel like you need more help, you feel like you need more foundation, you feel like you really need that accountability and stuff too, that's what the coaching's for. That's right. Exactly why you would join the coaching off the back end of the community. And so they're two separate things. But like I said, we're not going to charge you for every single course that goes into it. We're just going to charge you the one price. That's it. You pay the one price to get in day one, and then it's just the monthly price moving forward, and you get access to everything as we add it. Right. And so we're going to have weekly Q&As and stuff with exclusive content in there. You're going to have access to the community of people that we have in there too, to be able to ask those questions. Maybe you'll find somebody who's going through the same thing, who used different strategies that you didn't maybe think of. One big thing when I got into a lot of these communities that I've been part of is the fact that, like, I found out, like, I thought I needed 100,000 subscribers on YouTube to make money, to make any kind of meaningful income, to create a business out of it. But this is simply not true. You don't even need 10,000. You just need 1,000 subscribers to really make a full-time income and to make it meaningful. And so it doesn't take as long as you would think in that aspect. And it's not as hard as you would think. What's hard is the lack of direction. So when you first jump into it, you're kind of all over the place. You don't know who you want to target. You don't know what you want to offer. You don't really know what business model suits you the best, because maybe you are happy working directly with people in a coaching and consulting aspect. Maybe you are happy just kind of stepping out and running a team and letting them just automate everything and making sure that you actually are delegating things effectively. You're just doing the project management. You're looking at the dashboard and just driving the company forward. There's a lot of different services and things like that you can provide to do that for you. But in addition to that, maybe you're somebody who just wants to be a freelancer. You don't really want to be beholden to a boss. You don't really want to, you want to be your own boss, right? Maybe you just really want to make passive income. Maybe you really just want to sell other people's products and just benefit from other people's products so that you can just go sip Mai Tais on the beach and just be happy. What we're here for is to simplify that process for you. I can't tell you what model is best for you. You have to kind of tell me that, and then I'll help you work in that direction. And so that's really what this community is going to be here for. That's really what it's all about. And we're actually starting an affiliate program off the back of it. So once the price goes up, you guys can start selling people into the community. Anybody you think might benefit from the same thing, and we'll split the income with you. And so that's one big thing that you have to look forward to by getting in right now too. Yeah. And so at the end of the day, it just comes down to creating your best self, living your best life, and having a business and an income that supports that for you. Because the biggest thing, when I got into systems and I started building systems for 7-figure, 8-figure agencies, and like watching these guys, and they had 30 employees and they had $1 million a month coming in, it's crazy. Things get insane when you're dealing with that kind of volume. And you really have to have a lot of systems and automations and processes in place to be able to stay on top of that. Because a business can't run without data. And it's really hard to run a business that big. It's really even hard to scale a business to that much without these things in place. And like, you have to depend on other people. You can't do it all on your own. But maybe that doesn't work for you. Maybe that's not the life you're trying to live. Maybe you really just want that passive income and you want to be on the beach as quick as possible. Because the biggest thing for me, I was sitting in a cubicle a few years ago at the IRS. And I was sitting there watching my parents move to Cabo, and they were living the entrepreneur life and all that stuff too. And I'm like, I want to live in Cabo. That'd be awesome to be on the beach. I want to be my own boss. I just want to kick out early on a Friday and just go to the beach, man. Just go hang out. Now I have that ability. A few years ago, I didn't have that ability. I was living in Utah. I was in Ogden, Utah at the IRS, sitting in a cubicle. And one part of my story is cubicle to Cabo. I made it happen. I'm like, that's exactly what I want. And being able to visualize that life and that lifestyle is really important. That's what a lot of this courseware is going to be about, is helping you nail that stuff down. Obviously, we're not going to do the work for you. That's first disclaimer here is I'm not doing the work for you. I'm going to lay it all out for you. I'm going to put the path in place. I'm going to make sure you have all the material you need to achieve it. And we'll have the coaching in place too to help you guys stay on your path and stay on your purpose and really try and make sure that you're actually doing the work and fulfilling these things. And we'll give you tasks and stuff that you need to be able to move forward. But that's what this program is structured around. We want to keep it really simple. So you just pay the one price to get in. You're in for life. You just pay the monthly to stay in. That price never goes up as long as you stay in. And then we have the coaching on the back end to help you guys with that too. But we also have the affiliate program that's coming to help you guys make money from that too. So if you guys just want that passive income, this is your perfect opportunity to get in and create that passive income so that you can just go live somewhere in Asia. You can go live somewhere in Europe. You can come live somewhere here in Mexico and just be at the beach all day and just live your life. When I got into automating a business, I found out these guys that were leading these 8-figure companies, making these millions of dollars, like they weren't free. They were in a jail cell. They couldn't leave it. They couldn't let it go. They had to be there every single day, and they were putting out constant client fires and putting out fires from employees all the time, and just things were just all over the place, and they didn't even know how to manage it or fix it. But they really wanted that automatic lifestyle. They really wanted to be, like I said, living the life that I'm living. They were looking at me here in Cabo, and I'm hanging out with my family at the beach and stuff all the time. And they're like, well, how did you do that? How did you get there? What exactly did you do? And so that's exactly what I got into their businesses to do, was to help them automate things, delegate things effectively, pull themselves out of their business so that they could start working on their business instead of in it. That's the point when you start a business. You don't want to be the person who's fulfilling everything. Maybe that's your goal, though. Maybe you love doing arts and crafts, and maybe you really just want to sell more of that stuff. Maybe you really want to be a synthesizer here on YouTube, just like we're doing here, and building up these YouTube channels and starting a community off the back end. Have your own coaching and program in place to be able to sell that stuff. Because like I said, you don't need 100,000 subscribers for that. 500 subscribers will do just fine for you. That's a full-time business. You can create a full-time income with just 500 subscribers. How long do you think it would take you to get to 500 subscribers? Probably not as long as you think. But that's the whole point, is being able to collapse that time and have that. That's what we're here for. We've done it. We've got that experience. We've achieved these things. And so use our knowledge to make sure that you're collapsing time for yourself, so it doesn't take you the 5 to 10 years that it took us to get here.
And then also use our failures, so that's part of collapsing time. I've failed in business way more than I've succeeded. I can't tell you how many companies I've either invested in or started that just didn't work, but I said, screw it, we're going to go do another one, or we're going to take that failure and, reverse engineer it, see what I did wrong, and start over
Right.
again. So it's too where we can help you guys. So it all starts in the very beginning, though. It all starts with just you. And my son's 19 years old, and he wants to go to Arizona sometime next year. He's a mechanic now. Like most 19-year-olds, they don't really know what they want to do.
Oh, yeah. I started
young.
a tire shop when I was 19.
Yeah, he's just young, but we're setting him up in some type of a company where he can make a little bit of extra coin on. And a lot of it just stems from using AI, which is an amazing, if you don't know much about it, we can educate on that. But
it'll be in the community. I promise you. I know a lot about it. So.
So if you are watching this and you're a young man, obviously do what your parents suggest, but my suggestion is also start a side business where, in case something in your dream does not work or doesn't work the way you thought, you are building up a company or building up a side business. And if you're looking for freedom, if you're looking to get your time back, see, a lot of people I used to subscribe to this too. Lamborghinis, this house with a beautiful wife, and 20 cars and all this stuff. But really, as I got older, what really wealth is to me is like my time. Like,
yes,
I just get my time back and work when I want to. None of this, you still got to work, but am I able to work where I want to, when I want to? Is the income still going to be there? So I don't care if I make $3 million a year. That doesn't really impress me anymore. I used to. Now, if I can, my goal is my goal, but whatever it works out to be for me, I have my time back. This community, we're trying to help get out of that rat race, that 9 to 5. Yep, you got to do this, you got to do that. Try to get your time back. And let's say you're watching this and you're a married man and you don't want your wife to work and she doesn't want to work. And you're trying to figure out a way, how can you replace her income? Well, this might be a good community for you guys to join in, or for her to start one of these companies that she can start slowly replacing her income. And once she is free, now she can watch the kids, whatever the goal is for her, get her free, and then start working on getting you free. So whatever freedom means to you, whatever wealth means to you, you might be fine making $10,000 a month. That's $120,000 a year. A lot of people, if you look at the statistics, $100,000 a year puts you 24% of all Americans. If you break that out, it's 12.5 men, 12.5 women. So you're right around that 13%. So that means you're in the top 13% income bracket in the U.S. A lot of people think $100,000 is nothing. That's a lot of money. Still in today's economy, that's a lot of money. So your goal might just be, I'd love to make $10,000 a month. It is still active income. There's a passive component, but you still got to do the work. But if we can show you a way to do that, or even half of that, and you're only making $50,000 a year, pretty easy to help you replace that. So it's not all about coaching. The coaching part is the mindset part. The coaching part that I help people is the mindset. We got to get you to a level where it's possible for you to do this. And a lot of people are just in their limiting beliefs where they're just kind of stuck. They're like, is this it? Is this all life has to offer? I just go to work, pay taxes, and die.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that from people too.
Every one of my clients. So when I start working with them and we start kind of getting their power back, then they start thinking of new possibilities. Okay, what can I do? I have to keep my job, but what can I do? I've always wanted this dream job, this dream company. I always wanted to do this. So we start working on steps to at least start that process. But again, it all starts with your mindset. If your mindset is crap and you just have that mindset where everything you do doesn't work, then we need to change that. Because everybody watching this, you're way more powerful than you think you are. Society has beaten you down because they want to. They just want you guys to be the tax machine. They want you to pay your taxes and die. That's it. And we don't want you. We want you to, of course, you got to pay taxes, but we want you to be free. We want you to get your time back in some capacity. And so that's what this community is about. It's first fixing your mindset and then asking yourself what else is possible. And then that's where we come in with this new community that we're creating is here's what else is possible. And it's possible because we've already done it. All of the other coaches that we collaborate with, they're no smarter than you. They're no smarter than us. Some of them I've talked to is they can barely talk. But yet, if they're pulling $100,000 a month, I'm going to listen. Like how? Okay, how? A lot of these businesses are very simple. They're very simple. People just make it complicated.
That's just it. People overcomplicate things. They overthink it. They get caught up in that and what they think that it is and what they think that it needs to be. They second guess themselves. They start to doubt. And success is not linear. Success is not a linear process. It's just not. That's why it helps to have a mentor. It helps to have a coach or somebody in place guiding you through it.
Yeah, and the only thing I'm going to follow up with this because I see it on Instagram, YouTube. Don't fall for these programs that these influencers plug in and says, oh, you can make $5,000 a month in the next 30 days. I'm promising you they're lying to you. They're lying. We can help you make money, but it's not 30 days. It might be. You might be one of those people that can do it, but this all takes time. A little time. And, instead of you sitting around watching TV, you could spend a couple hours online doing whatever it is that we can help you with to create money. Then you will start making money. But I see it all the time. These fly-by-night companies where they become the expert and they're just grabbing your money and then that's it.
Yep.
And so we're not here to do that. All the other companies that I have that will talk about all the stuff Chase has done. We're here. We're here every Friday. We're talking. You can ask us questions. We're not going anywhere.
Yep.
Exactly.
So that's the thing is like we're using the free content here, obviously, to offer as much value as possible. We don't want to just keep everything to ourselves. And we're obviously not keeping everything just locked up in that community either. Like we're here to give you guys whatever information you need. We're here to help. If you guys show up to these lives and you have questions, you're gonna get an answer from us. And the biggest thing too is if you decide to get into this community too, then I'm gonna be there all day, every day. If you're in there asking questions, if you're in there engaging, I'll be right there ready to engage with you, ready to answer your questions. And so that's the benefit is you're just gonna get more access and you're gonna get all these courses that we're gonna be putting out. Like I said, we're not going to charge you per course. It's all just going to be added in there as we go. And so you'll obviously get access to our first course this next week. And in addition to that, we'll have other courses going up subsequently. And we have, like I said, just some of the things that we're kind of planning here is mastering the self, obviously your path and your personal transformation, that kind of stuff, whatever that goal is for you, men and women alike. And in addition to that, your mindset mastery and being able to get on top of your personal growth and making sure that you're thinking the right things and not self-guessing yourself and not doubting and that you have the right path laid out for you. And then obviously we offer the coaching on top of that to make sure that you walk the path because the work is on you. That's all I have to tell you about that is the work is on you. I can't do the work for you. Jared can't do the work for you. We can't just step in and make sure that you have this masterful thing in place. But we're here to help you get there. Whatever it is that you want, we're here to make sure that you have the tools and the knowledge that you need to be able to get there because your time is everything. Your time is everything. You can make as much money as you want. You can make millions. You can make endless amounts of money. You don't have the same luxury with your time. You only have 24 hours in a day, just like everybody else. And you can't just keep selling more time for money either. And so that's the biggest thing is like, stop selling your time for $10 an hour. Stop selling your time for $20 an hour. Stop selling your time for $100 an hour. It's not worth it. You can't ever get that time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. You're burning minutes every minute of the day. And so you don't get it back. You're just getting older and older and older. You're watching your life pass you by. Why would you want to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 years old to retire and then go live the life that you want when you're too tired to even enjoy it?
Hey, I'm sorry. I'll be right. Somebody's at my door. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
No worries. But that's the biggest thing is like, you don't want to be selling your time for money because you have a finite amount of time, and time is the most valuable resource that you have. And if you're selling 8 hours of your day every single day, you're just exhausted by the end of the week. You're not even enjoying your weekends. You're not even enjoying your nights. And in addition to that, you're beholden to a boss who treats you like you're in a school, usually. Like they're just in charge of you, right? They're just exerting power over you. They won't even let you have your vacation days. They won't let you have any holidays off. They allow you to go spend time with your family, right? And so you don't want to be in a situation like that. You want to take ownership of your future, and you want to be able to take ownership of your income so that you can make those choices for yourself, so that you have the power to make those choices for yourself. So if you're like me and you're stuck in a cubicle at the IRS and you want to be in Cabo at the beach, man, I live in Cabo full time. I'm in Cabo right now. I've been in Cabo the whole time. And so that's the biggest thing, is understanding that wherever that is for you, if you want to be in Cancun, you want to be in Tulum, you want to be in Costa Rica, you want to head over to Dubai, you want to go hang out in Asia and be in Bali, you'll have the freedom to do that. You want to go live a year in this place, that place, the other place, and be a digital nomad across the world, you can do that. Yeah. I have a family of 6. I have 4 kids and a wife here at home, but we all live in Cabo, and we were able to achieve it. And I still make more money now than I ever made any month at the IRS. My wife worked at the IRS too. And we make more money now every single month, month over month, than we ever did with an income there. And so that's freedom. Like, we can choose to do what we want to do with our time. If we want to take a day off, we want to go hang out with the family, well, we can do that. I don't have to ask anybody.
Right.
And so it's really providing you guys with that freedom and making sure that you guys have that freedom too. And who better to learn it from than people who have already achieved it, right? And so the biggest thing is, like I said, just making sure that we're refining your mindset, making sure that you know who you want to be, that you have the self-esteem that you need, that you're not doubting yourself, and that you know who you are trying to be. Like, if you want to be in the gym, you want to be getting fit, you want to be having more energy, you want to increase your testosterone, and you want to have the perfect physique, we're going to help you achieve that.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, you want to have a better mindset, stop doubting yourself, and you really want to get into that business and entrepreneurial mindset where you want to be making more money and not trading your time for money, because that's the biggest thing when you get into entrepreneurship is you don't trade your time for money. If you're trading your time for money, you still got an employee mindset. I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be like that. You can build a product and solve real problems and sell that over and over and over and over again. And it doesn't require you to sell any of your time. And so you just build out your own program and your own system. You can do what we're doing and apply the synthesizer model is what they're calling it right now. Like, you can actually go and build an audience on YouTube, on TikTok, and then build a program on the back end for consulting and coaching and courses that can make you passive income too. And you don't need a huge audience to sell that and turn that into a full-time income.
Right.
However, I wouldn't encourage you to go and do that. If you're in a job right now, I wouldn't encourage you to go quit and start this day one. No, it's a transitional period. And that's exactly why we've laid this out in a program, because it's obviously a transitional period. Time is vast. We're going to have a lot of thoughts in between. We're going to start doubting ourselves. We're going to have questions. We're going to have things that we need answered right away. We're going to run into struggles and issues that are going to hold us back. And that's exactly why me and Jared are here, and why we'll be in that community for you to ask questions to anytime you need them.
Right. And for those of you who are kind of fading out this and think, well, I love my job, I don't really want to leave this. Other part of this community is still the stuff that I talk about on YouTube: masculine excellence, overcoming your limiting beliefs. Even for women, a lot of women that want my coaching, they ask me, because it's a men's channel, they point blank say, I want a man's perspective on X. So we still have all that. We will still have content into this community that's specific to dressing. Again, we talk about your brand, dressing well, grooming, understanding where maybe some of your confirmation biases is coming in. Sales is another one, because we are in sales, all of us.
Right.
There are a lot of things very good salesmen do all parts of their life that make them successful. It's not just to sell a product. They understand people. They understand pain points. They understand pressure points. They understand maybe when to back off. And
Right.
very good salesmen tend to actually have pretty good lives as around. Now, a lot of them are yet what's called the yes men, and then that's another issue. But for the most part, people who are truly good in sales kind of understand interpersonal dynamics, and they kind of understand better than the average person, because you need that piece. And again, if you are your own brand, you are your own salesman, you also need that piece. Whether it's just like Jared, I'm not really good at, I'm trying to find the love of my life. I'm trying to stop dating like barflies or
Oh yeah.
whatever it is. You're trying to level yourself up. Well, if you want that beautiful woman who every guy pines for, well, you need to level up.
You got to be her best option.
You got to become her best option. So we offer courses on that as well. That generally has nothing to do with business, but we're going to take a little bit of everything through all of our years of experience. And we have other coaches that are coming on board. I have an amazing health and fitness coach that we're getting ready to come on. He's actually going to be doing some lives with us. He's an amazing coach. We're going to be working with him very soon. People in the Syracuse area, I know it's a very small market, but know him very well, and we're going to help level him up as well.
Right.
On a bigger platform, but he has amazing insight on health and fitness. So he's coming on. We have Kim, which is Chase's wife. She's going to start morphing towards helping women, maybe in business, understanding some of their limiting beliefs, some of their issues that they've had maybe throughout their life. She's coming on board with that. So as we bring in more people, we have more offers. We can help more people. Listen, I'm a loudmouth. There might be people, guys and girls, get turned off by some of the videos I do. I don't care. I'm just being me. But at least if you are that type of person where you need somebody who calls balls and strikes, is not going to, just say, oh, everything's okay. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. Like, no, you're effing up. If you need that, then I'm there for you. If you need somebody a little bit more softer, a little bit more yielding, who maybe can take what you're doing and kind of twist it and help you better, then we'll offer coaching or a coach that can help you with that. So we have, I think 300 coaches worldwide we can't help you with. We just plug you into them.
Well, and that's the biggest thing with our content too, is we cover the content for what it is. Like, we're not trying to put our own special spin on it or anything. We're not trying to preserve anybody or anything or anybody's feelings. Like, we're just telling it like it is. Like, it's just what we see in society and what we see systemically wrong with things. The biggest point with Kimberly too, my wife, she's a coach for moms who are trying to find themselves again, who are trying to recapture that magic in their life. And maybe they've just lost themselves along the way. And she's really here to help with that. Because, I mean, we talk about single moms and stuff in here, but we're not telling you to avoid single moms like the plague or anything like that. It's really none of the red pill stuff. We actually do have a coach here who is here to help them get through that. He's here to make sure that they actually overcome that too. And they do find a good man who appreciates them for who they are and that kind of stuff too. We're here for women. We're not here just for men. We're not here to turn men into red pill junkies or anything like that. It is what it is. I mean, obviously, even with politics, there's far left and there's far right. There's far feminists and there's far toxic masculinity, for whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. Like, there are red pill junkies out there who just got it all wrong and they need a little bit of guidance. They need a little bit of help. Everybody's across the spectrum. It's not black and white, right? And so we want to make sure that we're here to help you with whatever you need help with, like, just to make sure that you are living the life that you want to live. And even if you are happy in your job, well, then, hey, man, look, what do you need help with to advance in that job, to make sure that you're climbing up that corporate ladder, to make sure that you're actually somewhere that you want to be in that scenario too. whatever it is for you. I can't tell you what's right for you. And I'm not building a program to try and create a blueprint for you to follow like that either. We want you to create your blueprint, and then we want to help you achieve it.
Right.
And so that's really what this program is based around, is to make sure that whoever you are, whatever walk of life you come from, and whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, that you get the help that you need.
Right. Yeah. And that's the nuts and bolts of it, because everybody's different. You know, some of the people I coach, they could care less about money. They're struggling in this. Other people I coach are like, no, my goal is $100,000 a month. Okay. We can help you with that. But before we do that, there's some things, you know, if your goal is only that, then you're kind of missing the point. Why is your goal that?
Yep.
That's where the coaching comes in. Like, why is this? So I'm just here to help men and women who want to get better. If you don't want to get better, that's fine. We're not here to bash you. I mean, you know, unfortunately, 2% of the population truly lives an amazing life. They truly have not just money. The rest sort of just kind of go along. They may have a ton of money, but they might not be able to get a girlfriend, or they might not be able to, they're working on their fourth wife, or they're really beautiful, but they have shitty attitudes. So there's only very few people that are full stack, that have everything. And we're just trying to get everybody as full stack as possible. And it's me every day, guys. I'm not ever claiming I'm ever going to be 100% full stack. I work on my shortcomings every day. Chase helps me with my shortcomings in business, and some other coaches, you know, so we're not perfect. We might get it wrong sometimes, but we're here to help. We're here to try. We're here to give you our best efforts. And really, that's all we can do, is give you our best.
Well, that's the biggest thing too, is having support when things go wrong. Having somebody that you can go ask those questions to, and making sure that you get the right answers from somebody who is experienced. Like, even if I don't have the experience, I'm going to go ask somebody who does have the experience to make sure I get the best answer possible. And so that's the biggest thing, is making sure, like, things are going to go wrong. It's expected. Like, you're going to doubt yourself. There's going to be a lot of time in between you and your goals, and doubt is inevitable. It just is. And obviously, habits are hard to change. Beliefs are hard to change. They're extremely hard to change. And it takes time and consistency to really change these things. And that's really what we're trying to provide, is a way for you to come up with your own blueprint, a way for you to walk the path that you need to, and the support that you need when things don't go the way you expect, to make sure that you're not just running around like a chicken with your head cut off. Like, you really have direction, and you have the ability to ask for help, and you have the help that you need to help you overcome it. And so that's really what this is all about. That's why we've built this community. I'm not here to just give you a course and say, no, just follow the course. Just go do what the course says. No, I'm here. You ask your question, like, hey, you know, you said this in the course and it didn't go quite the way I expected. And so, okay, well, let's sit down and talk about that. What exactly happened? What exactly did you expect to happen? What happened instead? And how can we do better? How exactly are we going to overcome that issue? And so that's the biggest thing, is understanding that, like, a lot of people suffer from codependency. A lot of people suffer from the nice guy syndrome. A lot of people suffer from social anxiety. They have a hard time approaching women because they're not very social. They don't know how to be social. They overthink it. And sales is the same way too. Maybe you're trying to jump into sales. You're trying to cold call 100 people to try and sell a product. And it's hard, man. Like, you sit there and you look at that phone and you're like, you got to prepare yourself. But it's like, that's exactly what we're here for, is to give you those tools that you need to be able to overcome that stuff and get the work done, because the work is hard. It can get hard. It can get overbearing sometimes. And that's why you need the support. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah. Definitely. I think this is going to be an amazing community. Like I said, the link's going to be down below. Chase will kind of hook all that up. In the meantime, we're still going to be pushing out our content on YouTube every Wednesday and Saturday. We're going to be coming up with, obviously, every Friday we do live. We're going to be, I've been invited to multiple podcasts. It's going to be coming out from all different people that have their own different companies. They want to jump on a podcast and talk about it. All that stuff's going to be just uploaded into our channel for you guys. So we're going to be a lot more visible. We're going to really amp this up, and so you're going to see my ugly mug a lot more. But at the end of the day, we're just here to help you. If there's something that offends you, believe me, I don't care. It does not bother me. If something truly offends you, then maybe there's something there that's truth to it that
let's talk about it.
Through. But yeah, there's a lot of topics I talk about that not everybody agrees with, but we can at least agree that we can have a conversation about them, and maybe you present me some new ideas on maybe what I haven't thought about. And that's what a lot of coaching comes. The only difference with the coaching is, and you've read some of my reviews, is I turn off my biases when it comes to coaching. You're a blank canvas to me. I don't bring in my biases. On YouTube, I probably do bring in some of my biases, but it's my channel. It's an idea I'm presenting you. But when we do coaching, you're talking a lot of the time. It's not me. I'm just digging stuff out of you. But I'm not consulting with you. I'm not saying, well, you should drop Becky because of this. Coaching is more about pulling out the best in you through different kinds of questions, different kind of dialogues, but there's no bias in it.
Yeah.
When we get into these channels and we get into some of these coaching things that you see into the school network, there's going to be bias in it in the sense of, well, this is how we run a company, or this is how this happens. Well, you may know somebody who's done it different. Well, this is how we know how to do it.
You're getting my perspective, Jared's perspective. Yeah.
Correct. So this is where I just want everyone to understand the difference between consulting and coaching. There are some times where people hire me to consult, just like Chase, consult on a company, consult on an idea, consult on an issue. That's not coaching.
Yep.
So, but we can do both. So if you are stuck in a scenario where you're just kind of just not sure which way to go, that's more coaching. If my business did $500,000 this year, I need it to do $1 million. That's consulting. Can't coach. Right. Like, okay, we need to do this. Your systems suck, or we need to add this. That's what we can help you with as well.
Exactly. And that's the thing too, is we're going to be adding a lot more faces into this channel too. Like you're going to see me a lot more, probably on Mondays, breaking down books and things like that. I'll be talking a little bit about business and how to get to 10K a month passively and that kind of stuff too. Kimberly is going to be doing videos probably on Tuesdays where she's going to give you the woman's perspective. And she's going to give you the woman's opinion on all this stuff too. And so that we have a really diverse community with really diverse information from multiple perspectives. At the same time, this is Kimberly. You'll see her on Tuesdays. And you'll see her in the community too. So if you're a woman and you feel like you need her help, or you're a mom and you feel like you need help with this kind of stuff in your path and your direction, or maybe you know somebody like that who could use our help, then refer them our way and we'll definitely pay you guys referral fees. And so that's the thing too, is all of our companies that we've started online, my marketing company, my business coaching company, Jared and his companies on the other side too, with the scalp stuff and actually being able to get your style and everything too. Maybe you have a brother or an uncle or something like that who suffers from hair loss, or maybe you even have a cousin or something like that who suffers from alopecia, or maybe they have a scar they want covered up. Jared helps with that. And so refer people to him and he'll pay you for that.
Right.
I'll pay you for business coaching. I'll pay you referrals for everything too. Right. And so that's the biggest thing, is that's what this community is all about. We want to make sure that everybody's getting paid for their efforts. We want to make sure that everything is happening for everyone too, that we're not just draining your money out of your pocket. That's not at all what this is about. Right. Obviously, we need money for the mission. We've got to make sure that we're doing everything that we can on our end, and we got to fuel the mission. And so we're not here to gouge you. We're not here to take all your money. We're not here to charge you $10,000 for this, that, and the other thing. Right. It's not anywhere near that. Yep. And so that's the biggest thing, is we want to just offer as much value as possible for something that makes sense for us and something that makes sense for you. Yep. And so I want to make sure that we are covering as many bases as we can. And one thing that I've seen through my research and market research and stuff too, is a lot of you guys are trying to make income online. A lot of you guys are trying to hit that 10K mark. Mm-hmm. A lot of you guys really want that passive income, and you don't want to have to work and trade all your time for money. And so that's stuff that I'm going to really start to cover for you guys. And I want to make sure that we're breaking down these books and concepts from other people's perspectives too, so that you guys get a well-rounded perspective of what all this stuff is, and we're offering as much value to you as we can. And that's really our mission. That's our goal. That's what this is all about. If you guys want to just keep consuming the free stuff, then by all means, get into our Facebook group. It's completely free. We put as much value into that as we can. And in addition to that, stay on this channel. Keep watching these videos. We'll make sure that you guys have everything you need for free on this side too. Yep. I'm not going to keep it all locked up in the community. So if you guys don't want to go pay the money and join the community, that's fine. It's no big deal. The community is really just a structure for you. It's to make sure that all this information is structured for you, that you have discussion threads, and that everything inside of it is exclusive. And there's really people that are really trying to work on this who can really help you out too. Right. And so that's what this is all about. We're not just trying to be the leaders of the community. We want to make you guys leaders of the community too. We all want to lead this community together, and it's a collaborative effort.
Right. Yep. No, this is a great, this is obviously the first video we did that we didn't talk about any, like it's been interesting, but we didn't talk about any kind of like social dynamics. But this is still important because Chase and Kim, they worked really hard on the back end. Thank you guys. I have no idea how any of that works, but they also run my other companies outside of iSmash, but they also run the marketing for all the other companies. So have all my trust in them and all my other brands.
Same.
So, when I'm able to just give somebody all my other babies and say, okay, I need you to help me with this because the last company screwed it up, and we'll do a story about that some other time. But they came right in, corrected everything within 30 days. My website, one of my websites is, I think, the most visible. Yeah. Or the right behind the top website. We get massive amounts of traction or traffic going through my scalp site, way more than pretty much every other SMP company that's out there.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, absolutely.
It can do. If that's another problem you have with your visibility, you can pay for that kind of service, or maybe help find somebody for that type of service.
That's what I'm here for. That's exactly what you guys are getting in the community too. If you guys have questions on business, if you guys have questions on what you should do for your marketing, if you have questions on like the topics that you should be making on YouTube and stuff too, that's exactly what I'm here for. Right. I will be available in that community all the time. And so if you guys really want to get into this and be in on the ground floor, and you guys want to help shape and mold what this becomes over time, because that's the thing too, is me and Jared, we got into a business relationship first, and then we kind of partnered up on this stuff. And I can't tell you how much Jared has helped me unlock myself, like unlock my mindset, and helping me have a better relationship with my wife and all that stuff too. Like everything in my life has improved since I started working with Jared, and I can't even tout his coaching enough. Like he's really all about you and making sure that you have what you need, and making sure that he's asking you the right questions so that you really unlock those right answers within yourself. I can't tell you how much he's helped me, and that's why I'm here to help him too. And that's why we've started this thing. And that's what we really want to do for you guys, is bring you guys in on that. And you guys can be these partners with us too, and help us shape and mold this community. And that's what this is all about. It's community. We're a community. We're always going to be a community. We're not here to dictate and be the top and be the boss and tell you what to do. We want to make sure that this benefits everyone as a whole.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Great topic today. I appreciate all the hard work again, like you and Kim have done. And I can't wait to get more involved in this community that's just been built out, and let this thing grow, and let the YouTube channels grow. That's, again, where all the free content is, and Facebook and all that. But, like I said, I'm here for you guys. Book a free call again with us. The link will be below. If you want one-on-one, you get a free discovery call with me. A lot of people have taken up on it. As some of the people can't afford my one-on-one coaching, school, this new community, might be something where they can afford. And they don't have 100% access to me, but they have a lot of access to the content that I've created and Chase and Kim have created at a more affordable rate as well. So that might be another benefit for the people who have gotten a free consultation from me, loved it. They just weren't in a position to pay for me one-on-one. And I'm going to say, guys, I'm not cheap. I mean, I'm running 4 other companies. So if you want my time, you're going to pay for it, but you're going to accelerate. You're going to be accelerated 10x. Being in the course, you might not accelerate 10x, but you're in the community. And I'm still there. I'm still active. Chase is still there. He's still active. So that just might be another benefit, another option for you to get into it. So,
well, it's really having those courses and that structure and everything laid out for you in a system to make sure that you can just follow that system. And as you need help, we have the community with the discussion threads where you can go ask for help. And so the biggest thing is if you guys really want to get into this right now and you really want to get into it for the best price it's ever going to be. And like I said, we've priced this for everyone. It's not going to be $1,000. It's not going to be $500, nothing like that at all.
Yeah.
And so if you guys are interested, let me know. Send a comment here. Anything. You guys can comment 10K, right? We'll help you get to 10K per month. You guys can comment mindset. Whatever you guys are trying to work on, just comment something below. I'll make sure I follow up with you with the link to join. But in addition to that, like I said, I mean, just go to our website, fill out the contact form. You guys can send us a message on the back end. However you guys decide to contact us, I will make sure you get into that community. So just leave your comments here. Make sure you go book that free session with Jared here, and he can talk to you more about that on that session too. And we can just go from there, guys. But like I said, we're here for you guys. We want to make sure you guys have everything you need. We want to make sure that this is a community and a collaborative effort. So if you guys really want to shape the future and what this is going to look like and get in on the ground floor while it's just beginning and even make some passive income from it, get in now.
Yeah, let's do it, guys. Let's get it.
All right. Thank you, guys. We appreciate your time. We're obviously coming up on the hour here. We want to respect your time. And so make sure you guys are here next week. We'll be here again next week. And obviously, we'll be starting everything up in the community next week. If you get in there, you're going to have more access to us next week for sure.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend, everyone.